Okay, so here are some books. I'm going to just quickly go over them. This is a dog book that I got from one of my courses, which is now called Canine Specialist. This one is from different stores that I shop at. I'll go through them later. This is actually a college book. Whoops. That cost a lot of money, but it was for reading. This is another reading. These books differ, but they have questions that you could ask and fulfill yourself. This one is based off pictures of Disney princess, but you could put all the items you want and make it custom made for that person. So their likes, mainly likes, dislikes, you could probably put it in, but it differs. There's kits you can buy online that looks like this, that has a variety of items in it, so they could choose whatever they want and then discard the rest if they don't want it, or give it to someone who might want it, so it all differs. This is online oriented, but I made my own version of it. It's through Etsy. It's different things to help with anxiety levels, which is the anxiety toolbox. Then this is through Basic Prints for business cards and other things. This is sitting strips that you can buy at the dollar store. There's different versions of it, like they have ones that are magnet. And then this is on-the-go drinks. I'm trying to get used to these ones. This was now a dollar store item. I'm not going to go through the whole thing of that. That's a page from a book that I started writing on. That's the book right there. Daily warm-ups, non-fiction. So this is the best book, which it says my favorite book is called The Anxiety Workbook by Annie Barnes. That won't be on here because I don't know where that book is at. This is another book I bought at the High Price bookstore. So what this is, it's a writing prompt. It could be based off your life, somebody else's life, or you can make it into fiction. This one's from my therapist, based off triggers. There's different things from triggers. I use these to make my own one of these from a friend. That's an affirmation that I use for affirmations. And this is a certificate of gratitude to a good Samaritan, which a church has reached out and said that they're going to pray for me. Wow. So it's all the way in Alabama. Oh jeez. So yes, some churches are like that. Then there are these which you can buy from the dollar store. Particular ones you cannot buy from the dollar store, you have to buy online. But this one's from the dollar store. It says Dream, Believe, Inspire. And it's seasonal, but you can use it year round. This is a daily routine flashcard. And then some of these on the back of them will be emotions. And then this one is for touch. Basically, Braille and touch. So that'd be capital C, and then one's capital and one's lowercase. And then a sticker, touch sticker. This is for counting. I like to count in Korean. So Hana's one. And then this came from a CBT book. But the page is messed up. But it's based off of different activities. So you put the logged activity here, and the happiness level, and then the achievement level. So like, if you achieved it halfway, you put that down. And the happiness level differs by the happy emotions, which there's two categories, the green and the yellow. I'll show you that later. And then this I got at my favorite, one of my other favorite stores, Hobby Lobby. These are cheap. They all vary by pattern, but this is one where you can choose the fabric. I don't like fabric paint because it's, well, and this is gonna fade or mark, but basically this is on the go, all in one kit. So this will include everything I like, everything to help with my sensory, and then there is my favorite pattern of all, the well, which I learned a long time ago by my favorite artist, Lee J. Ames. Tried to mimic his art and steps. And then there's the braille's, the beginning braille. And then this was this KR, which does not have my middle initial, but that's what I usually narrow down to, using two of them. And then that would be for different identification things that I use. I'm not going to open that just yet, but I always take at least something to chew on. This is a Slim Jim, which is meat, so the sodium gets pretty high. Sometimes I ignore the sodium. Oops, I'm not supposed to, because I'm not always on a regular diet, so that varies. When I am sodium restricted, I have to watch how many of these I eat, because I use these for coping at times. Now this is a little bit different, but I have a dollar store card that I no longer can find that says, the little note card that says, make one decision. So everybody makes decisions in a day's time, but I have one in particular that I might want to write down. Like, I prioritize it, and then there's another sheet I got somewhere around for decisions. So like, sometimes I might have 3 decisions that I might want to use or whatever. And here's some other things. I put some coins in there in case I need them. And then I bought a mini phone for the first time ever, a miniature phone, which means with this phone, it's the real phone, so it's not a fake phone. Real service phone, so I could get service on it if I wanted to. I probably could. I didn't think about that until now. But I would need to get a thing so I could use this. And I just recently bought this, but it's a dry erase crayon. And I've never seen dry erase crayons before this, so that's my first time ever. It was with a dry erase board, which is pretty interesting because I've never seen that type of dry erase board. But the glass is somehow dry erase. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And in here, you can see I took a page out of one of my journals, and it's a tracker. It's a habit tracker. And there are journals you can buy that have the built-in habit tracker, so you don't have to put all that information in there if you don't want to. There are many types of trackers. You can look them up at Etsy and YouTube. Well, Etsy, Temu, and then the other one. And then here is something I got offline, or online I should say. It's a coping skills box items. So what you can put in it, or a purse, depending on what you want to use. And then behind this, you can't really see what it says, but it's a little booklet. It's a miniature notebook that has certain things for mental health. And you can find those on Temu and Etsy. So this all differs. Like, I got a little buddy here, little cute little druggy face. It's a TY. I've had these before, but I've always wanted to carry some of these. Now sometimes, though, you probably need to take these off but I just took it off. But I like these on my items so I know what bags to use and carry. And then here's 2 more items on here. Is this, which is in a kit, sold in a kit. These vary on if they're sold with the kit or not, but this is calm, and then on the back you could put calm, the same thing, or another thing which would be focus, and then they got some other ones that you can buy. This one is my favorite one because it is a tactile touch keychain, but it's a keyboard, which I'm used to using this type of keyboard and not the other one. But I'm still learning to Bluetooth things like that. Normally with stuff like that, that all varies because that's toy doctor kit. So yeah, it all differs on the items.